here with head coach Kenny Thomas of the baseball program. All right, Coach. Well, I know every part of the year is really baseball season to you, but I know you got to be excited at the preseason.
Man, am I excited. You know, last year, the first 2 days of school, it was ice on the ground, and, you know, I was so depressed, and I guess that just took us right on into the season. We missed the first 2 days of practice, and then we lose 7 guys. The season ended, injury and all that mess, but that's all water under the bridge now. The last 2 days of practice have been fabulous. There's a new me. Believe it or not, there's a new me. I don't know if anybody would ever believe this, but I have a new strategy. We're cutting back practice time a little bit. We, you know, I used to wouldn't even carry a watch to practice because it didn't make a dang to me what time it was, you know. But now I've realized that, you know, these guys' schedules, we're asking them to go to the weight room, we're asking them to go to study hall. They spend a lot of time, and we're calling it this year keep it in the tank. And we're trying to keep it in the tank for the games. So first 2 days of practice have been fabulous. 2 hours exactly, snappy, good practices. And we got a lot of players out there, so for us to get through in 2 hours is amazing. And it's been, but the guys are really buying into it. We're going to the weight room after practice this year instead of 7 o'clock in the morning. So keeping it in the tank, you know.
Well, keeping it in the tank is really part of your, I mean, you might not have a total name for this, but really part of your new me and the getting back to basics, really. Talk a little bit about that.
You know, I'm wanting it's a new year.
Yeah.
It's a new year, and I'm wanting our program to go back to old school. I'm wanting us to go back to real baseball, you know, and I want fans to understand it. I want the fans that come to the Burt to realize, hey, this is back to old school. I want to go back and post the lineup out by the gate when you walk in, you know, like the old minor league parks, and have some old baseball music played from time to time, and you know, I want our players to start understanding that, you know, there's a lot of things important, but the tradition of the game is one of those things that are important. And I want us to understand that, hey, there's more important things than how we produce the game on a new scale. Let's go back to old school. Let's beat people's tails. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah. Well, and going a little bit further with that, you know, you won 29 games, and, you know, most people consider that a pretty good year, but that's not the standard that you expect with USC in baseball. Kind of the preseason expectations, they're not thinking much of you nationally, but kind of talk a little bit about how you feel and how you feel you're going to be at the end of the season.
Well, you know, 29 games won last year is definitely not acceptable for us. And, you know, so we expect for the polls this year not to give us a lot of respect. We expect for them to not show us up there where they have the last few years every year, but, you know, maybe that's a good thing. Again, we're going back to the old school, we're going back to the old ways, and some say we're going, you know, but it's kind of weird. It's a new me. It's a new me. We got some new strategy as far as practice goes. We got some new strategy about keeping it in the tank, and new strategy there. We'll keep the guys fresh, but I still want the old school. So it's kind of a two-sided coin. But, you know, hey, they can rank us where they want to. You know, I've come in many a back door. You know, I like to kick the son of a gun in sometimes when I come in the back door. So that's, you know, we'll see. You know, the ending of the year polls what matters, and, you know, maybe that's something that'll be good for us. You know, we've been caught up in that a lot the last few years. You know, that every year we're in the top 15, or, you know, we get up there by the top 10 every year. Every year they pick us high in the conference. You know, heck, I mean, let me tell you, word spreads fast once you start playing, and so polls are fun. Polls are fun, but the end of the year is what's a whole lot more fun, you know.
Well, as part of that keeping it tank, what are you going to be doing with your team over the next, you know, 20 days? You really only got 20 days to get ready for that first game against the Lincoln Memorial.
21 practices before the first game, and again, we've got it laid out. Now, hopefully the weather will cooperate, so we have it laid out for those 21 days, and we're going to enter squad 4 days of those 21, and the other 17 will be practice days. We have them laid out perfectly. Another new thing we're doing this year is we're not conditioning at the end of practice. I think maybe that's been some research done on that with baseball players, and that's caused some injuries. So we're not running at the end. We run at the beginning now. And Coach Tanner and I, are big buddies, and we spent hours this summer talking about this. And he did some research, I did some research, and we found out some things that, 75% of baseball injuries happen in the last 25% of practice. So, and part of that because our sport is we stretch, we slow down, we loosen up, we slow down, we loosen up. So it's like pregame. We're going to change some things in pregame. We're not going to go out there and warm up. We're not going to go out there and warm up 3 hours before the game, take batting practice, sit for 45 minutes while the other team takes batting practice, then warm up again, then take in and out, then sit for another 20, 30 minutes, and then warm up again. We're going to cut some of that out and to keep us from warming up, sitting, warming up, sitting, warming up, sitting. So, but, so we've changed that a little bit. So our practices are going to be, we're going to go out, stretch, run our sprints, do our agilities every day, do some defensive work every day, do a little bit of teamwork every day, real snappy, quick, time, everything's on time. Finish out with batting practice. The new me, the first 2 days of practice, I've even let them have music during batting practice. So that's new for me, I mean, that's, I've had to come a long way now, Brian, I'm telling you. But, so, I don't know if I'm getting easy. I'm just trying to change a little bit with what's going on in our world now. And I want our guys to feel good. We got a tremendous bunch of guys. A tremendous bunch of guys. And you and I know secretly that we got a little bit of talent there. There's a little bit of good feeling going on down there on the field. So we want to keep that feeling building up to the first game. We want it to be another day at the office. That's what we're looking at.
Exactly. I know you're looking forward to February 3rd. I mean, everybody out there should be looking forward to February 3rd. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Brian.